Hello friends, good morning all of you. Here I am Gadekar Sachin Pandit. So today we are discuss on Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction. So first of all, last lecture yesterday we are discuss on oxonium ion formation. Okay. So then we are discuss a Beckmann rearrangement reaction. In this Beckmann rearrangement reaction, ketone converts to unsubstituted amide through nitronium intermediate. In this Beckmann rearrangement reaction, hydroxyamine reacts with ketone to form oxime and oxime converts to nitronium ion. Okay, so then hydrolysis to gives substituted amide. Okay, so also discuss a Beer-Vinegar reaction. Beer-Vinegar reaction is convert ketone to ester. Okay, so in this Beer-Vinegar reaction, shift alkyl groups depends on migratory aptitude. Okay, so ketone converts to ester at that time. R group migrates. Tertiary alkyl is more migratory aptitude than secondary more migratory aptitude than primary. Okay, so this beer vinegar reaction ketone converts to ester in presence of per acid and migratory aptitude. Okay, so next we are also discuss a some beer vinegar reactions example and its use. Okay, so today we are discuss a Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction, then Curtis rearrangement reaction, Favorskii Favorskii rearrangement reaction, and lastly Claisen rearrangement reaction. Okay, so first of all, Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction. What is the Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction? In this reaction, 1,2-diol or vicinal diol 1,2-diol converts to aldehydes or converts ketone in presence of acid, mineral acid or Lewis acid. Okay, 1,2-diol, it nothing but a pinacol. In this figure, first compound is the 1,2-diol. This diol converts to ketone. It's nothing but a pinacolone. Okay, first reacts with mineral acid to form a second compound, oxonium ion. Okay, so then water molecule lose to forms a carbonium ion, third compound, and this third compound methyl group migrates this cation, carb cation, to forms a fourth molecule, and these methyl group migration or different group alkyl groups are present, then these migration depends on the migratory aptitude, and then lastly forms a pinacolone, means converts hydroxy group converts to ketone. So this in this reaction of the 1,2-diol converts ketone, the reaction mechanism here represent a reaction mechanism. Geminal diol or vicinal diol reacts with mineral acid or protonation to give a compound A, and then this compound A lost water molecule to forms a carb cation, and then R2 groups are migrate. Okay, R1 and R2, migration of R1 and R2 is depends on the migratory aptitude or stability of ion or nucleosity. Okay, so reaction compound B or compound C Compound B and compound C are the intermediate. Okay, so oxygen donates electron to stabilize carb cation to form say C intermediate, and then loss of proton to form say ketone. Okay, so here observation of Pinacol. It is found that when oxygen labeled oxygen is used to get a exchange, indicate that all steps are reversible. Means protonation, then migration and formation of ketone. At that time oxygen remain as it is. Okay, so this is the labeled oxygen, means all the steps are reversible and labeled oxygen is used is get exchange. Okay, so migrating group, if chiral and its chirality is retain its configuration. Okay, so next is the migratory aptitude. Migratory aptitude of group can be given below, such as aryl group is more migratory aptitude than tertiary alkyl. Okay, so then tertiary alkyl more migratory aptitude than secondary. Okay, so then primary alkyl. Similarly, if benzene or aryl groups are substituted, or electron donating or electron withdrawing, okay, so para substituted donating electron donating aryl is more migratory aptitude than para methyl benzene. Then metamethyl. Okay, then phenyl, then parachloro, and then orthomethoxy. Okay, so this is the migratory aptitude. Remember that reaction Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction is totally depends on this migratory aptitude. Okay, if you know the migratory aptitude, then you can predict a correct product of Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement. Okay, so here Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction example. Some important examples like this: one carbon consists one methyl and one phenyl. Okay, similar first reaction. Okay, one methyl and one phenyl groups. If two hydroxy group, one two hydroxy group in which one is protonated to forms a oxonium ion, and then water molecule lose to forms a carb cation. Okay, so in this stage, then which groups are migrated? When methyl or phenyl in first reaction. Okay, competition. Methyl and phenyl is more migratory aptitude than methyl. Okay, so here aryl group is more migratory than tertiary alkyl. Tertiary alkyl more migratory aptitude than secondary. Secondary is more than primary. Here aryl and primary alkyl. Okay, so first example, methyl or phenyl. Phenyl is more migratory aptitude. That's why phenyl migrate to form say ketone. Second reaction. In second reaction, one carbon consists two phenyl group and another carbon consists two methyl group. If these 1,2-diol or geminal diol reacts with acid, okay, they may be acetic acid or they may be H2SO4, okay, sulfuric acid, to form say carb cation, then which one is the more migrative aptitude, phenyl or methyl. Okay, here again phenyl groups is more migratory aptitude than methyl. That's why phenyl groups migrates and forms a ketone. Okay, so this is the most important reaction, depends on migratory aptitude. Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement reaction. One more example. Third example. Here, two carbon consists two phenyl groups and two hydrogen. Okay. Here protonate, 1,2-diol protonate to forms a carb cation. Okay. So which one is the more stable carb cation? Triphenyl. Okay. So then these hydrogen ion are migrate to form say aldehyde. Okay, so next is the Pinacol rearrangement. Fourth example, these diol reacts with acid in presence of ultraviolet light to form a spiro compound. Okay, spiroketo compound. And lastly, same, one group is phenyl and another group is hydrogen. Okay, so at that time hydrogen is migrate. Okay, it is also observed that the above rearrangement should be accomplished in the solid state, involve mild condition and improve its yield. So mild condition we use a aluminum trichloride in the absence of solvent to give a keto. So next is the Curtius rearrangement reaction. What is the Curtius rearrangement reaction? In this reaction, acid converts to amine. Okay, so acid first reacts with thionyl chloride to form say acid chloride or acyl chloride. Okay, so acyl chloride reacts with soda azide. NaN3, it is a soda azide. Soda azide reacts with acyl chloride to form say intermediate of acyl azide. Okay, so this acyl azide is highly unstable and then remove nitrogen gas to form say acyl nitrine, and acyl nitrine are also unstable. These nitrogen contain acyl nitrine consists a two lone pair, nitrogen contain two lone pair, and these are the unstable. So in this ketone carbonyl groups is electron withdrawing and then delocalize a lone pair, and at that time R group migrates toward the nitrogen and forms a isocyanate. Second reaction B, acyl nitrine to amine, conversion of acyl nitrine to amine. Acyl nitrine is highly unstable and conjugate with carbonyl group. Okay, so carbonyl group highly electron withdrawing, so that's why lone pair migrate its electron withdrawing oxygen to form say unstable, and then R group migrate to nitrogen atom and to forms a isocyanate. These isocyanate reacts with water to form say carbamic acid. Carbamic acid, and these decompose to form say aniline. Okay, so at that time this reacts with other than water molecule to form a different product in this Curtius rearrangement reaction. Okay, so next is the reaction of benzoic acid to aniline. This is the also Curtius reaction, Curtius rearrangement reaction. So benzoic acid converts to aniline. How it will convert? Okay, first we have to need a benzoic acid converts to benzoyl chloride in the presence of thionyl chloride. Okay, and then benzoyl chloride reacts with soda azide to form say acyl azide. Okay, so acyl azide is unstable moiety, so that's eliminate nitrogen gas and forms a benzoyl nitrine. Okay, so these benzoyl nitride lone pairs of nitrogen delocalize and migrate benzene ring towards the nitrogen to form say isocyanate. Okay, so these isocyanate reacts with water to form say carbamic acid, and these acid decompose to form say aniline and CO2. So carboxylic acid can be easily converted to acyl azide in the presence of diphenyl phosphoryl azide. Okay, what is the structure of diphenyl phosphoryl azide? Okay, in presence phosphorus and azide group. So acid reacts with diphenyl phosphoryl azide in presence of toluene. Okay, to form say acyl azide, and then this acyl azide converts to isocyanate, and isocyanate reacts with tertiary butanol. Tertiary butanol to form say tertiary butyl ester. Okay, so acyl azide reacts, isocyanate reacts with tertiary butyl or acid. Suppose isocyanate reacts with water to form say amine. If isocyanate reacts with tertiary butanol to form say tertiary butyl ester. Another example of Curtis rearrangement reaction. So here acid. Okay, so acid reacts with sodium azide in presence of H2SO4 in first step to form say acyl azide. Then this acyl azide heat to forms a isocyanate, and isocyanate hydrolysis in third step to form say amine and decompose of CO2 gas. So then here B example of B, acyl chloride. Okay, so acyl chloride reacts with soda azide in first step, then heat 60 degrees centigrade second step to forms a acyl azide converts to isocyanate. In the third state, isocyanate reacts with water to form say amine and carbon dioxide. In third reaction, benzoic acid. Benzoic acid reacts with diphenyl phosphoryl azide in first step to form say acyl azide. Okay, so these acyl azide heat in second stage, okay, to form say isocyanate, and third step these isocyanate reacts with water to form say aniline and CO2. In fourth D, okay, propanoic acid. Propanoic acid is reacts with thionyl chloride in presence of mineral acid to form say acyl chloride, and then second step these acyl chloride reacts with soda azide to form say acyl azide. Acyl azide reacts with heat to form say isocyanate, and then reacts with water to form say ethylamine. So next is the Favorskii rearrangement reaction. What is the Favorskii rearrangement reaction? In this reaction, in Favorskii rearrangement, cycloketone, okay, alpha haloketone reacts with sodium hydroxide or base to form say acid. Okay, so in cyclic compound converts to in this Favorskii rearrangement reaction, alpha haloketone converts to acid, in this stage ring contraction are formed. Why? Because this alkyl group stabilize the carb anion shift rearrangement reaction. So in Favorskii rearrangement reaction, if ring contraction means 6-member ring converts to 5-member ring, it is a ring contraction. If 5-member ring converts to 6-member ring, it is a ring expansion. There are two different terms, ring contraction and ring expansion. But in Favorskii rearrangement reaction, ring contractions are formed. Okay, suppose in this reaction 2-chlorocyclohexanone reacts with base. Here alpha hydrogen is more acidic, so abstract proton from this, and then those nucleophile substitute the chlorine to form say 3-membered cyclic compound. Then hydroxy group attack on this carbonyl to form say nucleophile to form electronegative oxygen, and then these 3-member ring converts to 5, delocalize. In last step these nucleophile stabilize with proton and forms a cyclopentane carboxylic acid. Okay, so Favorskii rearrangement reaction also depends on migratory aptitude, and ring expansion. Okay, so unsymmetric cyclopentanone favors the less substituted alpha carbon. Opening of the 3-membered ring is depends on less substituted alpha carbon. Okay, shown here. So next is the Favorskii rearrangement reaction and their mechanism. Alpha haloketone. Okay, one side is the X group and other side is the proton. Okay, so in this ketone NaOH reacts with this ketone, abstract a proton, alpha proton, and then to forms a 3-membered ring, and again it reacts with ketonic group and then ring opening, and this ring opening is depends on less carbon, less substituted alpha carbon to form a acid. Okay, so here two types of compounds are formed, one to similar side and one to different. Okay, so X R1 R2 R3 R4, here acid groups attached to R3 and R4 side. Okay, so R1 R2 R3 and R4 are similar groups, so that's why we can't explain here. But example third. Okay, so in this third example, use of sodium hydroxide or metal alkoxide gives a ester. Okay, so in this alpha halo ketone cyclone reacts with base sodium hydroxide sodium ethoxide to form say intermediate, and ring opening is depends on less substituted. Okay, so here ring contraction takes place. In fourth step also similar like this, but in this reaction we use a alcohol, so that's why forms a ester. Okay, if we use a only sodium hydroxide and water to form say acid. If we use a alcohol to form say ester. Next, one more example of Favorskii reaction and mechanism. Here, proton abstract NaH sodium hydride. Okay, so then forms a three-membered three-cyclic ring. Okay, so this is the example of stereo isomeric substrate. Okay, so stereoisomeric substrate at that time forms a stereospecific reaction. Okay, so in this ketone, hydrogen first reaction, hydrogen reacts with sodium hydride to form say carbon ion. Carbon ion reacts with chlorine to form say cyclo three-membered ketone. Okay, so this again we reacts with benzyl amine to form say amide. Okay, in this Favorskii rearrangement, if we use only base and water molecule to form say acid. Okay, so if we use a base and alcohol to form say ester, then in this reaction we use a base sodium hydride and amine to form say amide. Okay, similarly in second reaction we use a hydroxy group and water to form say acid. Next is the Claisen rearrangement reaction. What is the Claisen rearrangement reaction? It is a pericyclic reaction. In this reaction, shift 3,3 sigmotopic rearrangement reaction takes place. Okay, so in this Claisen rearrangement reaction, also a carbon-carbon bond forming chemical reaction. Okay, so in this reaction, the heating of a allyl phenyl ether, allyl phenyl ether will initiate a 3,3 sigmotopic rearrangement to give a gamma delta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Okay, so this is the first order. This is the 3,3 sigmotopic rearrangement reaction. Okay, here example 1,1 bonds are break and 3,3 bonds are formed. Okay, so this is the electrocyclic reaction. One alkyl group shifts and to another side and another alkyl group shifts to, means electrocyclic reaction. Electron are delocalized in this reaction and forms, suppose example A compound reacts with heat to form say intermediate, this. Okay, cyclic intermediate, and these intermediate electron delocalize to form say compound B. Compound B is not a proper, it's wrong. Okay, so compound C is the gamma delta substituted carbonyl compound, and this is the Claisen rearrangement product. Okay, if allyl phenyl ether heat, okay, so Claisen rearrangement reaction also there are two types, is a thermal and photochemical. Okay, so here thermal reaction, so allyl phenyl ether reacts with heat to form say gamma delta unsaturated carbonyl compound. So observation, it is exothermic reaction. Claisen rearrangement reaction is the exothermic reaction, and migration, elimination or alkyl shift occurring via intramolecular reaction process is known as 3,3 cyclo electrocyclic reaction. In this reaction, Claisen rearrangement reaction also affect solvent. Okay, solvent effect are also affect the rate of reaction. polar solvent more rate of reaction, but hydrogen bonding solvent we use at that time highest rate of reaction. Okay, so aromatic Claisen rearrangement reaction is more common and have a wide application. So it is the first order reaction and intramolecular rearrangement reaction. So another examples of Claisen reaction. Here first example, transfer a phenyl group on benzene ortho position. Okay, so tautomerism to gives a hydroxy group, transfer proton for stabilization purpose or aromatization takes place. So seventh, okay, if one of the ortho position is already blocked, migration takes place to another ortho position. Okay, so if both ortho and para position are blocked, then no Claisen rearrangement takes place. Okay, so Claisen rearrangement reaction also here third, deuterium exchange takes place. Intermediate that tautomerism occurs during this because these oxygen consist deuterated because these three substituted deuterium in which ortho position deuterium transfer toward the oxygen. Okay, so another example in last Claisen rearrangement reaction, there are two products. One is the ortho and second is the para. Okay, so ortho migration is or ortho shift 3-3 shift is more dominant than para. Okay, so para product is not possible and rarely less amount of formation. So another example of Claisen rearrangement reaction here, orthomethoxy vinyl ether reacts with heat. If we heat, then to form say orthovinyl. Similarly here alpha pine, here 6-member ring formation more important and 3-3 sigmatopic rearrangement takes place to forms a acid. So exercise, it is home assignment. Okay, homework, write down these 6 questions. Okay, answer the following question. What is the rearrangement reaction? Name reaction. Mention the factors controlling stability of carbon ion. Why the nitrogen is reactive? Okay, so this is the your homework. Okay, so now we are stop here. Next lecture we are discuss on new chapter. Okay, so today we are stop here. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.